Hi there, I'm Alex and this is Ollie, and we are together recording Earth.
What makes traditional music traditional?
Don't even go there, Ollie. It's a very broad definition, very hard to define.
True. However, there are some characteristics that we feel encapsulate traditional music, and that's...
Well, let's list them.
Okay. Oral traditions, passed down orally. A music that's national, regional, or ethnic. Music that commemorates historical, spiritual, communal, or personal events. And songs that have been performed by custom over a long period of time.
That sounds pretty good, pretty broad. We got some examples of this. So,
Okay.
Oral tradition, that's when you learn about a piece of music just through, not written it down, not in a textbook, but passing it on either by singing, learning, in face-to-face. Something that we saw that was passed down orally was the Irish traveller songs. So travellers over in Ireland, they learnt a whole selection of songs, hundreds, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
And they
More,
learn
thousands, possibly, yeah.
You pick them up only other traveller sites around campfires. This was back in the early 20th century, wasn't it? And they would just meet up at different sites, and people would hear these songs, and they would pass from group to group, generation to generation, and that's the only way it would travel.
As I rode out on a May morning quite early, sure I heard an old maid upon me way. Good Lord, but she was early.
My marriage it held for 2 nights and 2 days, till one night we were going to bed. When Flowery turned into the wife, and doors are doors, he said. You think I am your lawful wife, but I can tell you that you're not. You're only but an old servant maid, and better was your loss.
I mean, one of the songs that they talked about was What Put the Blood, about sibling murder. And it was over 1,000 years old, a lot of them said. Of course, it doesn't sound the same today as it did 1,000 years ago, because everything's changed from language to probably the melodies changed somewhat. And there's no proof of notation from 1,000 years ago. So all we have to go on today are the recordings from 100 years ago, if there even are any, or notations at that time. So the earliest recordings we're looking at are probably 50, 60 years ago for those.
Next characteristic, that it has some sort of national, regional, or ethnic cultural identity.
This, we did a lot of recording in Georgia, and obviously Georgia is famous for its polyphony. Georgian culture is so interesting and solid, and it's all around the dinner table, supra, singing songs. So one of the songs we recorded up in Ublistiche in Gori was a toasting song. And that's very much intrinsically linked with Georgian culture and tradition on a national level. And then another Georgian choir we recorded was in Kutaisi, a city in the Emirati region. And they were really just singing about their town. The song is called O Kutaisi, O Kutaisi. Georgian polyphony really encapsulates this idea of national or regional culture. The next one is music that commemorates historical, spiritual, communal, or personal events. So music that commemorates events.
One example of this is when we recorded music with refugees situated in Jordan, but they were Syrian refugees from the southern town of Dala, and they had written songs about their displacement. So they were writing songs about life in a refugee camp, they were writing songs about how they missed their hometown, and they were writing songs about the Civil War.
يا بديارنا صارت بعيدة 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 بعيدة.
So it doesn't have to be history from 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago. That was in the last 10 years.
And the last one on the list is songs that have been performed by custom over a long period of time. And this is one that we both came across together in Vietnam.
Hãy mẹ sinh thành chớ có quyền công trang hãy mẹ sinh thành. Mẹ mang con 9 tháng thai sinh 1 giờ ở trong lòng mẹ cha chả ngại mà tanh dơ.
And Sam music is over 1,000 years old.
Yeah, he placed it by the dynasty, the family, the ruling family at the time, and that's how they know it can be, it's got certain time brackets, so it's over 1,000 years old, this one.
Yeah, and Master Lin told us that it was traditionally played in marketplaces by blind musicians who would mostly play the same tunes on the instruments, but recount these epics about love, and all the different themes that come into these sort of traditional songs. That's now looked after by only 4 recognized masters in Vietnam. So
Very old.
yeah, so
I mean, that's cool.
yeah, very, very cool. Now, there are loads of exceptions to this list. There are other musics that could be considered traditional, and we've got loads of stuff on the channel that doesn't fit into all these characteristics, and other stuff that fits into all of these characteristics.
It's very broad and very blurry.
Yeah.
And all we can do is point to several examples and hope that helps you understand what traditional music is. It almost helped us understand doing this.
And you know what? I kind of like my traditional music broad and blurry.
Good. Me too. Yeah. And you can put anything into it. I like it.
Yeah. We're going to continue to travel and continue to edit these videos. We're going to continue to travel once we can, but upload these different types of videos. We've got loads of backlog. We've got lots of exciting stuff we want to edit and put out there as soon as possible. And we, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel so far. It means a lot to us to have a small and passionate following. And we'd like to continue to build a community like that.
Also, yeah, if people watch this video, congratulations. You've also got a very niche interest. So well done, you.
I can't believe you got this far.
Wait, flow some music over the end.